Why can't Edward Cullen read Bella's mind? Now, I have scoured the internet for this answer. And by that, I mean, I went to YouTube and I typed in, why can't Edward Cullen read Bella's mind? And this one video popped up, right? From 13 years ago. And it says, Stephenie Meyers, talks about why Edward Cullen can't read Bella's mind. There's no other videos covering this topic on YouTube. I thought there would be, but there isn't. And it's a Windows Movie Maker styled slideshow word text thing that says, the reason why Edward Cullen can't read Bella Swan's mind is because she has no mind to read. The rest of the video is a 6-minute long picture of Stephenie Meyers, just like this. All right, I gotta admit, he got me. So after watching all the movies, and I also watched a lot of people make retrospectives on Twilight that are very, very intricate and deep. Am I gonna be sitting here and making a retrospective on Twilight? No. Am I gonna be making fun of like every single one of its flaws? No, because then this video would be like 40 hours long. Here is why the reason that why Edward can't read Bella's mind. In case you didn't know, every vampire in Twilight, they all have like the generic vampire power, which is, immortality, super speed, super strength, heightened senses, and the classic one everyone knows, glistening in the sun. But every vampire also has their own super specific power, the one power they have that no one else has. Jasper can affect people's moods, Alice can read your future, Edward's is to read minds. The reason why, he's so interested in Bella since the first movie is, well, because she's the main character. But also, because he tried to read her mind and he couldn't read her mind. Skip to a couple movies later, Bella becomes, a vampire. She gets her own super specific power of shielding people. And then they're like, that's why Edward couldn't read her mind, is because her power was to shield people. And so she was like always shielding Edward's mind. So at this point, I was gonna do the, the Phoenix Wright, like, objection thing. Never played Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So this is what I came up with. It's Wolverine time! So if that was the case, if Bella can shield people from whatever thing that they do, how come Alice could read Bella's future and Jasper can affect her mood? See, and she, mind you, she didn't have this power. She technically did not have this power in the first movie. In the first movie, she was not yet a vampire, so she couldn't have been like blocking people. But apparently, Bella in her base form as a human could block Edward's mind reading. After much thinking and research and asking one of my friends, who I will not say who she is, but I will say thank you, Caitlin, came to the conclusion that the reason why Edward cannot read Bella's mind is because Edward Cullen is a little bitch. No, think about it. When he brings this girl to, because that's his girlfriend, first of all, she's like 100 years younger than him, okay? Dude, like, gross. And it's not like Aang and Katara, where Aang was frozen in the iceberg. His mind and his body and everything is still 12. Edward Cullen, he is a 100-year-old virgin. Do with that information what you will. Jacob, too, got biggest incel. He brings her home to the family and he's like, hey, this is my girlfriend. They never, like, said this, but, like, I know what the family's thinking. The family's thinking, like, oh my God, fucking finally. They are, like, fighting to protect her. Their own family members are dying because they're fighting these vampires to protect this girl that they just met. I think they were, like, legit excited that Edward finally has a freaking girlfriend. And they were like, bro, I gotta get this guy laid. I don't care if she's a minor. That's not what they said, but they might as well have. So they're all freaking protecting her, and a lot of them are dying, and Edward is not doing any of that. In the fight part, they're like, give us Bella. Wah. They're all freaking fighting, and Edward and Jacob are not fighting. They're in the mountains camping with Bella because, like, they have to keep her safe. But it's like, okay, Edward, if you bring this girl into your family's lives and they're dying over her, shouldn't you be out there also? Like you're a little bitch. Like, that's what you are. You are a little bitch. The reality is that Alice and Jasper are just better than Edward. I mean, look at them. They're freaking ripped and sweet. They're the best, well, Alice is the best character. Jasper is, But Edward Cullen is a little freaking whiny little bitch boy who has to go out with girls that are 100 years younger to get laid because that's how much of a little bitch he is. So, okay, I'm sorry. So maybe this video did have the same energy as that one 6-minute Stephenie Meyers video that I saw that like got me, but like I think it's a real explanation and like is the reason why. I want to say that these videos are like really good, but I have no idea what they're talking about. Like Twilight isn't a romance. It's a psychological thriller or an unironic defense of Edward Cullen, because if you really think about it, these are good. They're not. No, they're not. Twilight is exactly what it is. You take it at face value, and that is what I think the appeal, like I think Twilight's so popular because it is what it is. It's Twilight. So, there you go. Have fun with that.